Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with another pack opening. Today we'll be opening 200 of the new challenge pack that has an increased chance of Apokolips Darkseid.
And the reason why we picked that nice round number instead of 100 is because as more and more challenge characters appear, it means that it's much harder not only to reach thresholds like max promotions, but it's also harder to get a sense when the more guys there are, the lower percentage there is, even if it still remains the same, of getting any individual one. So then there's a better chance that we might actually miss a character that's in the pack.
Yeah.
So 200 is a nice round number, better than 100, but what we're going to do is stop in the middle of 100 and maybe evaluate how it is, because my estimate is that there's probably going to be about 30 different challenge characters in here.
Yeah, I know it would be hard, but I almost wish we did something along the lines of like a Season 1, Season 2, where they started breaking up the challenge characters and the new ones were in a different pack.
Sure, because, I mean, you think about it like this, right? The Apokolips Darkseid, I don't know why they picked him in particular, and considering they raised the price of the challenge pack, 33% from 150,000 credits to 200,000, the only real justification is either that they've added a bunch of new characters or that somehow Apokolips Darkseid is particularly appealing.
Yeah, and I don't think he's especially appealing.
Well, you know, he's not bad. His stats are good. He's part of the whole power creep thing, and his random effect, or combo under, the best one really is a bleed damage, which stacks and doesn't stop until you tag off. So it's great when you've only got one really powerful guy left at the end, because he can totally solo that.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, the real issue is that it's more expensive, there's more characters, and you have a smaller percent chance of getting any character that's not Apokolips Darkseid because of the way that they modified things. So especially for new players, that makes it incredibly hard to get into it. And for anybody who's missed a couple seasons, but before now has gotten almost everything else, it makes it almost impossible for them to really get the character that they want Elite 7. Makes it almost impossible for them to catch up as far as challenge characters go.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a totally legitimate point. One other thing I wanted to mention, because somebody's going to be asking, somebody who doesn't watch the whole video, so we're still going to answer it here anyway, so that we can ignore them in the comments. This is a hacked account. A friend of ours gave it to us. What you saw at the beginning was that it was completely clean of any characters, so it'll be easy to take a look at the collection afterwards and see what we picked up from the packs without actually having to keep track of everything as we're doing it.
Yeah.
And you'll also notice that there were exactly 40 million credits, which is just enough for 200 packs. So we're going to stop at 20 million credits, and we'll take a look and see what we've got.
Yeah.
So it's looking like actually Apokolips Darkseid maybe isn't the most common so far, but who knows? But we'll be able to see in the next little bit. It looks like we're coming up on our 100. And we'll slow down. There we go.
Okay, so let's check out what we got.
So I guess the two questions really are, did we get everybody we could? And did we max anybody out?
Yeah.
So let's just take a quick look. Decent mix. It looks like we actually got a lot of Earth 2 Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
It seemed like he showed up a lot, considering like it seemed like it skewed a little bit towards that whole the recent guys.
And it's looking like there was a lot of characters that have no promotions available too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about... Yeah, maybe a lot. It looks like there's 3 guys.
Aquaman.
Alright, so let's take a look. So
Aquaman.
that's 3.
Bane.
6. Right? There's
Batgirl.
4. We got her 4 times.
Black Adam.
4 times.
There's a lot of people who visually don't have that button on them that says promote.
Catwoman.
5.
Until you open it. That's funny,
Darkseid.
huh?
3.
Darkseid.
6.
Doomsday.
Just the 1.
Green Lantern.
2.
Green Lantern.
Just 1. It's funny, it doesn't say Hal Jordan because he is really
Hawkgirl.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
5 of Hawkgirl.
Killer Frost.
4 of Killer Frost. No Killer Frost Prime.
Martian Manhunter.
2.
Raven.
4. No Raven Prime.
Raven.
Another 4. Lots of Scorpion. 2.
Scorpion.
4.
Sinestro.
All right, Antimatter Sinestro, one of the new guys, almost enough to be fully eluded to 7 with 7 copies.
Solomon Grundy.
2,
Solomon Grundy.
6, close.
Static.
2,
Superman.
3,
The Flash.
3. A little disappointed. I actually like the Flash. I was hoping we'd get more of
Wonder Woman.
them. 3.
Wonder
All right,
Woman.
7. She looked like there was a lot too. Okay.
Yeah.
Zatanna.
2,
Zod.
4. All right, so 20 million. 20 million credits, 100 packs, and there's what's the Aquaman, Containment Doomsday, Red Lantern Hal Jordan. Only got 1 copy of each. Nobody was fully promoted, so nobody was enough to get to Elite 7. I guess technically that's not fully promoted anymore in the world of Breakthrough.
Yeah.
But we got 1 person that was close, 2 people that were close. Antimatter Sinestro, which we could bring up to Elite 6, and Justice League Wonder Woman, who we could bring up to Elite 6. You know, strikingly, who's missing? I don't remember seeing any of the Arkham guys.
Yeah, that's true.
None of the Dawn of Justice guys either. And no Blackest Night.
So it's funny, it seems like the challenge pack occupies a weird space where it is mostly for new players who don't care about getting Elite 7s, or for kind of old veterans who have almost every challenge unlocked, but not many at Elite 7.
Yeah,
Because really, the main time it's worth it is if you have all the challenges so you can Elite 7 them at a later date, but you want to just get some cheap Elites early on in the game. So you almost have to have stayed consistently beating the challenges or are just starting, but don't really have many of them maxed out.
that sounds a long, roundabout way of saying that this is a crap way to try to fully promote a character.
Yeah, and it's not actually good for probably most of the audience.
I mean, can you imagine if you didn't have a hacked account and you were actually grinding for 20 million power credits, and at the end of it you didn't have a fully promoted character?
Yeah, that would be pretty crappy.
Yeah, I think I'd be pretty frustrated with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're actually seeing maybe a few more Apokolips Darkseids. So considering that he's supposed to be the most common dropout of 100, he came up how many times? 6 times out of 100.
Yeah, which is not that great.
Well, I guess it's not awful.
It's third
I mean,
best.
it's bad for their promise, but it's not awful if you're actually buying the challenge pack and wanting what's in it.
Yeah. You're right. It is better than having him be like, I don't know, 5% chance, even. It's better than having him be that much over a normal chance. But the thing is, with any reasonable number of packs, and at this level, this is a totally more than a reasonable number of packs, you can't really actually expect any more Apokolips Darkseid than random luck has done for other characters. So chances are, even with his increased chance, from the way that we've been looking at it, he's not even the most common guy, which means that it really can't be increased by much at all.
Yeah, and because I think there's some characters that are awful no matter what. But when you talk about the newer characters, a lot of them are pretty good. It's hard to say that one is way better than another. All that's subjective. So it's cool, actually. I'd rather actually get a more even distribution.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But
what I would rather is, the ones that have never been in challenges for Android would be heavier weighted.
Mhm.
And the newer a challenge is, the heavier it would be weighted.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's one argument probably for why the challenge packs are more expensive, because the newer guys are way more expensive to promote.
Yeah,
So
I guess so.
You're getting them for about half price if you're lucky enough to get one of the new ones and you haven't fully promoted them on your own. But if you're doing challenges,
But then all of a sudden, instead of a good deal for completely random stuff, is you get the kind of luck of the draw situation that we have now, where a lot of them actually are just straight up worse deals now, and there's only a couple that feel like they're premium. So it almost feels like more of like a lottery pack when you increase the price just for a couple of chance rares, and they're not even that much better, right? They're not like kind of head and shoulders above everybody else to the point where you feel like you're really paying for the chance of the good ones. You just feel like you're paying more.
So for somebody who wants maybe like a complete set of it and don't worry about fully promoting it, this is probably not bad.
Yeah.
But it's hard to justify this compared to, say, those packs now that we've always been big fans of, where they have a targeted 3 particular gold characters. So they come at a discount.
Oh, those are so good.
You know exactly who you're going to get. They may not always be the best, but some of the teams are good, like the Femme Fatale and the Red Suns.
Yeah, and we started out, that was the first ever big pack we bought. We saved up for the Red Sun pack.
Yeah.
When we had first gotten the game. After just a couple of golds, and we had to really hold ourselves off the 5 potential gold packs that we're building up for, and it was one of the best decisions we ever made.
Because it's so painful when you're grinding at the beginning and saving up and not spending it and picking up one pack instead of a whole bunch of the discounts each day.
Yeah, because getting them up to Elite 7 meant that we had a really, really good team for blazing through stuff.
Right, because then the farming gets easier. Like it's sort of a jump. It's like an order of magnitude better in farming, but you have to suffer a little bit.
And then when you put them apart, they were just 3 good gold characters, or I mean 2 good gold characters, I guess. Solomon Grundy was okay.
Listen, even the worst gold, when you get them to Elite 7 and level 50, they're not bad. And actually, I guess back in the day it would have been level 40 and Elite 5.
Yeah.
And they were still pretty good, and you could split them up and do a lot more grinding. I mean, remember when it was so hard, before the free recharges and stuff, it was so hard to manage your energy?
I do, but I'm still sticking by my guns and saying Solomon Grundy was pretty mediocre.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought he would have more health. The guy who's giving a health boost, he actually had out of the 3 Red Suns, he had like the worst stats, lowest attack and lowest health.
Yeah.
He
Too bad.
Actually, you know what? The sad thing is, though, no matter how good the Solomon Grundys are, even Earth 2 Solomon Grundy, because his tap combo and his swipe combo are both so slow.
It's a little hard, yeah.
He's awful to play with. Even, he's got an interesting passive. He's part of the whole power creep movement.
Yeah.
It's almost a shame, because I want to like him so much better. But even his bronze, silver, and gold iterations are all kind of lame-ish. Actually, we're getting close to we're getting here to the home stretch.
Yeah, only a couple million credits left, which is pretty low actually when we're spending 200,000 every how many seconds.
All right, so I guess some things are obvious. We'll be able to see better when we look at everybody at the end. But it looks like there's no Killer Frost Prime. There's no Raven Prime. There's actually a lot of guys who haven't shown up.
Yeah.
So we haven't had either of the Injustice 2s, either Aquaman or Superman. Most if not all of the Arkham guys are missing.
Yeah.
Blackest Night is missing. Suicide Squad is missing. Any of the Red Suns that were challenges. I mean, definitely Red Sun Deathstroke, Red Sun Green Lantern, right?
Yeah.
And we haven't seen any of the Dawn of Justices, Wonder Woman or Superman.
Which is too bad, because they used to actually update the challenge pack pretty well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like now, not only do they take a ton of time in updating it, they don't actually do a complete update.
Oh, you know who else is missing that doesn't fall into that? Regime Hawkgirl and Bounty Hunter Lobo.
Yeah, so we can check out how many copies of each character we have.
Zatanna.
Yeah.
So that was
Wonder
6
Woman.
to 10,
Wonder
and
Woman.
now
The Flash.
we've got a bunch. We've actually got enough to
Superman.
maximum elite several characters.
Yep,
Static.
so far. Right, because we really just need
Solomon Grundy.
the original copy plus 7
Solomon
promotions,
Grundy.
which is 8 times. Yeah, thankfully we didn't get a lot of Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
But I think that was just kind of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion.
So Antimatter Sinestro too, 14 copies. That's a lot. I wonder if Apokolips Darkseid is even close to that.
Raven.
Yeah.
Raven.
We'll see.
Alright, so definitely no Raven Prime.
Martian
No
Manhunter.
Blackest Night Martian Manhunter, which is a drag. And maybe part of the argument is, so we'll just keep on tracking the numbers, but the part of the argument might be that these guys appear in other packs, and that's why they didn't put it here. But it's not
Green
particularly
Lantern.
consistent, right? So
Yeah.
let's say, for example,
Green Lantern.
Bounty Hunter Lobo was not there because he's in the Survivor pack, but both of the Scorpions are there. And Killer Frost.
Oh, let's see how many Apokolips Darkseid we have.
Darkseid.
Oh. We got 13.
Alright, so one less than Antimatter Sinestro.
So he's,
Catwoman.
from the looks of it, going to be the second most common.
Black Adam.
But I think it probably, whatever algorithm they use that when you've got an increased chance of Apokolips Darkseid, it's more than everybody else. But even that's RNG's, right?
Yeah, it's more than true random, but it is not necessarily visible to the actual pack buyer as better than true random, as we see one out of everybody else is more popular than him. So that's probably not a coincidence that he is one of the most popular ones, but it seems like it's not actually that much more likely.
So, chance to look at the numbers. We've got 13 characters that are fully promoted. There's 31 characters, and I guess that makes it, there's 25 challenge characters that are missing.
Yeah.
And if you look at it just getting to Elite 7, maybe, then you've got 23 extra copies that you don't want, which is 4.6 million credits that are wasted.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if you're going to only count the ones that are past, I guess,
Elite
11
10?
copies? Yeah, 11 copies. Then you've only wasted, you've got 5 extra copies you don't need. So a million credits wasted. But, I mean...
And that's only 2 characters, and there's a bunch of characters who you'd be able to get up just to Elite 9.
Yeah, and I guess it's possible that some of the characters that we never got, it's possible that they're in the pack and we just didn't get them, because we do have Containment Doomsday, where we only got 1 copy after 200 packs. And there's
Animated Batman Beyond, who we got 2 of, and we didn't get any in the first 100 packs.
Right, and Zatanna, we got 2 in the first 100 and didn't get any in the second 100.
Yeah, so that's a decent number of...
I think it's pretty representative. I think there's a good chance that we're right if we claim those guys we didn't get are not in the pack.
Yeah, these guys are definitely in the packs. Anybody who isn't in here is probably not in the packs, but we can never say for 100% for sure. The way to be proved wrong is just for somebody else to get it with the packs.
Yeah. So bottom line, I think, really is that if you're looking for a particular character, good luck. You're gonna be spending a lot of credits.
Yeah.
But if you just want to complete your collection and get a few guys, it's not a bad deal considering how expensive they are now.
So anyways, guys, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda.